Hey there and welcome. The modern kitchen is just packed with all sorts of technology, right? From really simple stuff to the super complex. But what do all these gadgets actually do? And more importantly, which ones do you really need? In this explainer, we're going to cut through all that clutter and take a look at the core appliances that really make today's kitchen tick. So here's the plan for our little tour. First, we'll kick things off with those smaller countertop gadgets for your morning coffee or smoothie. Then we'll get into the smart devices that are totally changing how we cook our meals. After that, we'll tackle the big guys, the machines that handle all the cleanup. And to wrap it all up, we'll look at what it really takes to give your entire kitchen a fresh, modern makeover. All right, first things first, let's start with the absolute basics. Before we dive into all the cool, specific gadgets, what even is a kitchen appliance? So at its most basic level, a kitchen appliance is simply an electric-powered tool for the home. And that simple definition, it covers everything from, the toaster your grandparents probably used, all the way to the fancy smart fridges we see today. But they all share one common goal, and that's to save us time and effort. Okay, so now let's zoom in a bit and focus on the countertop. These are the smaller but, mighty workhorses of the kitchen. They're the ones you use every day, especially when you're making drinks or prepping food. First up, we've got the blender, a total countertop classic, right? Its whole power is in combining things. It takes all these separate ingredients and just pulverizes them into something totally new and smooth, whether that's your morning smoothie or maybe a creamy soup. Now, a juicer, that's a different story. It's all about separation. See, while a blender uses the whole fruit, a juicer is specifically designed to pull out that pure liquid and leave all the fibrous pulp behind. It's a completely different way of thinking about making a drink. And rounding out this trio is the mixer, every baker's best friend. Instead of crushing or separating, its job is to stir, to whip, and to knead. It gives you that consistent, powerful motion you need for everything from light and airy meringues to dense bread dough. Trust me, it saves your arm muscles a lot of work. Okay, so let's just boil this down nice and simple. A blender, it combines. A juicer, it separates. And a mixer, it stirs. It seems simple, but that's a really crucial difference that totally changes the final texture of your food or drink. And knowing this is key to getting the results you actually want in the kitchen. And of course, we can't forget the coffee maker. For many of us, it's the engine that gets the whole household started in the morning. This simple machine just perfected one task. It automated that whole drip brew process that people used to do by hand. And it brought that cafe-style consistency right to our countertops. All right, let's move on from prep to the main event, the cooking itself. This next group of appliances, they're all designed to be kind of set it and forget it. They automate these really complex cooking processes with just the push of a button. Okay, take the rice cooker, for example. It solves what can be a surprisingly tricky task, making perfect rice. It automatically senses the temperature and the moisture, so it cooks the rice and then holds it at the perfect temperature. This means you can say goodbye to any risk of burnt or mushy rice. It's a simple little device that just delivers flawless results every time. Then you've got the steamer. This appliance cooks with nothing but hot, vaporized water. It's a really gentle way to cook, which makes it perfect for delicate things like fish, vegetables, or even dumplings. Things where you want to cook them all the way through without using any harsh, aggressive heat. And probably the biggest plus for steaming is just how healthy it is. Because the steam itself provides all the moisture, you don't need to add any cooking oils or fats. This really lets the natural flavor and all the nutrients in the food just shine through. So, the meal's done. Now what? Well, our next section is all about the heavy lifters in the kitchen, the big machines designed to tackle all the cleanup and the waste. Ah, the dishwasher. A true modern convenience, for sure. And it does way more than just save you from washing dishes by hand. See, it uses water that's heated to temperatures much, much higher than your hands could ever stand. And it uses high-pressure jets to sanitize the dishes way more effectively. Okay, now for our next appliance, I've got a question for you. And depending on where you are in the world, you might have never even seen one of these in person. It's a trash compactor. Yeah, think of it like a hydraulic press, but for your kitchen garbage. Its only job is to squish down the volume of your trash, letting you fit what would normally be several bags worth into one tiny, dense block. Now, it's not super common everywhere, but it's a pretty clever solution for households that generate a lot of waste. All right, finally, let's pull back from all these individual gadgets and look at the big picture. What happens when you want to update not just one appliance, but the entire kitchen? Well, that's where refurbishing comes in. This whole process is called refurbishing. And let me tell you, it's a pretty major project. It all starts with an assessment, deciding what stays and what goes. Then comes the messy part, removing all the old fixtures and appliances. And the final step is installing all the new stuff, which can completely transform not just the look, but the whole feel and function of the heart of your home.
So there you have it. We've toured the entire modern kitchen, from the coffee maker that kicks off your day to the dishwasher that wraps it all up. And that brings me to one final personal question for you. If you had to get rid of everything else and just keep one single thing, what would be your non-negotiable must-have kitchen appliance? Think about it. The answer actually says a lot about how we live and how we eat today. Thanks for joining me.